Hey!
Welcome to the show.
Hello. Let's brighten everyone's day. Dawn, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, handsome Nick Brown, Reverend Nick Brown. How are you, sir?
I'm absolutely fan-dabby dozy, my darling. And what about you?
We're both wearing purple today.
We are. We're in sync. We're in sync.
So, well, I've been busy doing all my coursework for. I'm hoping to trying to become a minister. So I'm doing that at the moment. So I've been busy doing that. What about you, Nikki?
Oh, steady.
Nikki, sorry, that was
there's a story behind that. I'll tell you one day.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I've got a couple.
I've never called you that before.
No, you haven't. There are a few. And in actual fact, that's what I used to go by. But I prefer Susan on a weekend now. But yes, I've been doing some jewelry making. I have got some private readings this afternoon, and I've been working on a book.
Fabulous.
So busy.
You have been a busy boy.
And we've got a workshop this weekend coming up, and of course it's Remembrance Day on the 11th. So you know it is a packed week, just like we've got a packed show for everyone at home.
So we've got. Should we let people know before we do the hellos?
Yes.
We have got Amanda Seal. She'll be doing questions and answers, all spiritual led, of course. So have your questions ready, people. Get your thinking caps on. And then later in the show as well, we have Reverend John. What's his surname?
John Ennis.
Ennis. Reverend John Ennis. And he was on the VIP show a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, it was.
Also during the show, for our VIPs, so let us know if you're a VIP. Or get yourself on there now. You can come on the show live and we will endeavour to give you a reading. That's a little segment for you. So let us know. Well, Richard will give you the link and then you can hopefully get yourself a reading. And remember to always like, share and subscribe to our show. Oh, Richard has fabulous news. We are only 30 likes away from subscribers. Sorry, from getting. How many is it? Sorry, Richard.
10,000.
10,000 likes.
Wowza! Now that is a fit, and we can do that today. Come on, we can achieve this right now, right here. Brighten everyone's day. Like, share, but subscribe. And of course, let's not forget that we've also got the tarot scope from the lovely Kate May later on, of course.
Mustn't forget that. That'll be exciting as well. That's a regular feature. Very, very cool.
So we are literally packed into the rafters, to the seams. The corset will be busting.
So. Talking about corset busting, actually, before we say some hellos, I was in my bedroom this morning, right? And I turned round and I thought I was looking out of my bedroom window. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, a double-decker bus is coming through the window at me. I was absolutely terrified. It was only when I calmed down that I realised I was just seeing the reflection of my bottom in a mirror.
We've all done it. And I'm trying desperately to avoid jokes about buying tickets.
Oh dear. And with that, let's say some hellos.
Let's say some hellos. We're definitely in that frame of mind today. I feel that with everyone that we've got on today,
anything that brightens your day.
Absolutely. Jokes and humour.
I wasn't sure if to be happy that I wasn't going to be killed by a bus or disappointed that my bottom was so large.
Well, I personally think it's perfect. I do have one small issue that I can't see the names of the people saying hello.
Yes, I can't see anything at the moment, Richard. That's why I'm stalling.
The screen is.
That's why I'm filling, Richard.
Oh, well done, Debbie Shard. Good morning to you. The voice in the sky, the voice in our ears, is also influencing visibly.
Who have we got next? Oh, Tracy Tuttle. It's very small on the top of my screen and it's disappeared now. So hello, Tracy Tuttle. I can't see you anymore, but you disappeared. But
good
hello.
Morning to Tracy Tuttle.
Okie dokie. Okay.
Fiona Rowson. Fiona Rowson. Good morning, Nick, Dawn, and all. Good morning to you, my love. How you been? And I haven't forgotten. We have a conversation about making sure that I can get messages at my services.
Oh, I see. Diane Burston. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hope you are all well. We are, thank you.
Shaylee, good morning and hello to you, watching from YouTube.
Ah, Christine Davies. Good morning, Dawn and Nick. Good morning, Christine. I've got a very small little window with all the people's writing in it, so I'm having to go like that at the screen.
I've got the big ones on today. Melanie Whelan's. Hi, Dawn, Nick, and we got Purple Heart, of course.
Purple Heart today.
Your favourite name. Your favourite name.
Kelly Rocket. Good eye. Bonza. Oh, Richard has just given us a brilliant idea. If people send in purple love hearts that matches the heart on my shirt, you may be in for the chance of a reading. Get your purple love hearts in.
Charlotte Clement, welcome to you. We've got a red love heart. We'll allow that because it's lovely.
Oh no, it's not good enough. It's got to be purple.
It's got to be purple, but we'll still say hello.
I've got to be ruthless, I'm afraid, with these purple love hearts.
Oh yes.
Sorry. Beverly French. No, Beverly French. Hello, Nick, and hello, Dawn.
Morning to you. Tina Christine Lacey. Good morning, everyone. Lovely weather. Yes, it is. If you can hear some spittle spattle behind me through my microphone, it's because I am in the conservatory and it's rattling down like a what's-it.
Rebecca, somebody called Rebecca. She's gone off the screen. Rebecca.
That was Rebecca Whelan.
Oh, it was Rebecca Whelan. She's given us loads of hearts. Well done, Rebecca.
Loads of purples.
Lovely. Oh, Liz, that's gone off the screen as well.
Leslie.
Okay.
Love what you've done with your name there, Leslie. Well done. Hello and good morning, and lots of purple hearts.
Well done. We have Kimmy K, I think that says. Purple hearts as well. Well done. You're all in the running.
Ruth Townsend, 5 purple hearts. Good morning to you.
Well done. Well done. I wonder if our audience are thinking the more hearts they put up, the more chance.
It's noticed.
Natalie Bentley. Hearts, well done.
And Leslie Moulton. Morning. Oh, now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 there, I think.
Oh, get yourself noticed.
No, it's 10.
It's 10. Oh, well done, Linda Brown.
Nice one, Mum. Nice one. Oh, my, Margaret Thompson.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
even
my goodness me, Margaret Thompson.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40 purple love hearts from Margaret Thompson.
I tell you what, you ask for something and the Lord provides.
Ask and you shall receive. Absolutely.
Margaret Thompson. Woo! Now you're all just trying too hard.
Ask and you'll receive, Dawn. Yes, ask and you'll receive.
Melanie Williams, she's put 11.
11 today, yes.
Oh, yes, it is.
And Yvette Binford, sorry, Bindoff. I do apologise. I can't speak for Toffee today. Lots of purple love hearts from and to you, my love.
Lovely. Lele, purple. Oh, it keeps disappearing off the screen. Purple hearts is for pancreatic cancer, which I use all the time. Beautiful. I can't see the last little bit, but
I lost my love with it.
oh, God bless you. I didn't see that bit. God bless you. Oh, bless your soul. Remember, you haven't lost them. They're always with you, darling.
Absolutely. And Leslie Moulton, maybe people should share this, the number of hearts they put up. Yeah, it certainly helped me. I'm sure people don't.
Debbie Chard.
Ah, well done.
Oh,
Debbie doesn't know how to put purple hearts up, so she's saying purple hearts from me.
That'll do.
See, that is an excellent trade-off. Absolutely
made
excellent.
a huge effort. Bless you, Debbie. Right, Amanda Seal is coming on in about 10 minutes. So remember, Nick, what do they need to remember?
We need questions. So the theme is down to you, my lovelies at home. If you want our resident Brighten Your Day agony aunt to provide thoughts, philosophy and guidance from the spirit. Auntie Manda. Oh, I love it. If you want help from Auntie Manda, she'll be on in about 10 minutes. So ask your questions.
I crochet. There's nothing old lady about it.
Yeah, you're right.
So she is currently sitting there with some Murray mints and some knitting, getting ready.
Hello guys, you're right. I am not sitting here with my Murray mints. They're extra strong mints, actually, Nicholas.
Personally, I prefer mint imperials.
Oh, Mentos. Hello, Amanda.
Hello, Nicholas.
Darling.
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Fabulous. So people are going to be asking you questions.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Whether I'll be able to answer them or not is another question, but you know.
I have the answer.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Ask me anything spiritual wise, guys, obviously, and I will endeavour to answer them.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Lovely. Well, in that case, my sweetheart, we will see you in 10 minutes.
See you soon, Nick. Bye.
See you soon. And of course, at 11:45, we have lovely John Ennis coming up and joining us.
Reverend John Ennis.
Reverend John Ennis. He is a very dear friend of mine. People might have seen him on the VIP mediumship demonstration on SPtv about a week and a bit ago. Very, very genuine, honest, wonderful man, and an excellent medium on top of that as well. And yeah, so he'll be joining us at around about 11:45. Let's not forget, of course, if you want your Purple Heart Brigade to fulfill and get a message, share those purple hearts, like, share, subscribe, and of course we will be joined by the lovely Kate Mack for a Tarotcast later on. So like we said, we've got messages all over the place, left, right and blooming centre. It's brilliant.
We have. This is a super packed show. And Nick, what do you need to say about tickets?
Sorry my love, I didn't quite make that. I can't hear you.
What do we need to tell them about the tickets for the show?
The tickets.
There's only so many left.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Only allowed in the room.
There's only so many tickets left. Sorry. It's one of those days. Why don't you take this one, darling? Because my head is buzzing. I'm going to have to try.
I believe it's mediumship demonstration with Deb, Matt, and Kirsty.
On the 2nd of December, would that be?
That's on the 2nd. Yes, the 2nd of December. And there are only how many tickets left, Richard? There are only 6 tickets left.
6 tickets. That's not very many, so get in quick. I believe we've got a picture being shared on the screen there of the lovely Deb, the wonderful Kirsty, and the joyful Matt. And of course, that is at the Roebuck Inn.
Deb, we love them.
We do. So, Deb. And yes, of course, the day after that, we've got the visit, the
Yes.
visitation upon the visitation upon the wonderful SPtv holistic fair. Lots going on there, wonderful things to do, and of course there will be a very, very special show by the lovely Dawn Collinson Quarry and the rather strange and peculiarly purple Reverend Nick Brown.
We're going to be together for the first time.
Oh, can you believe I mean, we're traveling 3 hours in a completely different direction to meet each other when we live about 60 minutes apart.
I know.
But it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful day. So the 2nd and the 3rd of December, lots going on. We are going to be there.
Tickets for the 2nd and get yourself down there for the 3rd.
Absolutely. And I'm going to be doing readings down there as well. It's exciting. It's actually going to be the first time I've taken part in a holistic fair as a message giver, because usually I'm making the coffee and taking tickets and giving raffle tickets out. So the life of being a spiritualist. But so yes, welcome to Richard Taylor, who's just popped on. And of course, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. And that's the last time I'm going to say it for at least half an hour.
So it's 18 minutes past. So don't forget, please, we haven't today, because today's show is so packed, we haven't got a topic, okay? So we've got an open forum. So if anybody has anything they'd like to talk about, please feel free to. And if your name pops up if Richard puts your name up and you've got all those lovely hearts, I will be giving you a reading, as will Nick. Well, and our VIPs, of course.
No, VIPs. Kerry Farmer. Hello, Kerry.
Hello,
Kerry. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Good morning to you, Kerry.
Fabulous. Let's have some questions for Amanda, for our agony, for Auntie Amanda.
Yes.
Yes.
There is always going to be a question that is in need of answer. Do you know what, though? That is the one thing, and I feel a slight theme kind of forming here.
Yes.
The one thing I always find, and I'm sure everyone watching at home, and certainly our two lovely guests, and I'm sure you as well, whenever you give someone the option to ask a carte blanche question, the mind goes blank.
Yeah,
I've seen mediums working who'll say, okay, so as it's my last reading of the night, is there anyone who wants to ask a question of spirit through me? And everyone goes blank, and yet before and after the service, everyone's, oh, by the way, I wanted to ask this. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask. But when we actually get the opportunity to ask those questions, suddenly I've got nothing. And you know what, I think that's down to perception and expectation. You know, because we are so used to not getting answers, perhaps when we finally do, there's so much there that it just doesn't come. Pause for thought, something to discuss.
Yeah. Well, when you've on the question of religion and our beliefs, the science and philosophy and spiritualism, there is such a huge, vast, subject, isn't it? It goes beyond the question of subject.
Yeah.
But it's impossible to have to go, well, what can I ask first? And so your mind just goes completely blank.
Yeah.
So this is your opportunity, folks. Amanda is here, but she'll be here for every time that she's here. Keep your questions. Think about it when we're
write them down.
Yeah.
You can get these little electronic notepad things to stick on the desktop of your phone and your laptop. I'm always putting things down on mine. It's kind of like post-it notes for computers.
Maybe if someone says about their spiritual journey, if they've got any questions.
Yes, and it's all about voices in our ear today, because Amanda has just suggested if somebody wants to talk, no, carry on. It's really, we're mediums, we can cope with voices in our ear. Amanda has just made a very valid point into our little doobries here. If somebody wants to ask about their spiritual journey, about where they're going, what they're doing, it really is your show. It's carte blanche, so give us the direction.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Oh, So good idea. Time for something a little bit different. Although it's not different to us anymore because it's now our third outing. Ladies and gentlemen, may we present to you the wonderful Kate May and this week's Taroscope.
Hello and welcome to your Taroscope for the week ahead with me, Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. We're looking at Aries first. The Knight of Swords. It's important that you don't rush into anything too fast this week, Aries. You may have lots of ideas and you might be ready for action, but try not to run before you can walk or you could make some mistakes. Taurus. Hold on to your money, honey. This week you're going to have to be careful about how much you've got going out and how much you've got going in. Try to save up for things a little bit more this week. But don't be too inflexible. Allow a little bit of a budge there. It's all right saving for a rainy day, but don't forget to enjoy the sunny days as well. Gemini, King of Pentacles. Very good business news for you this week, Geminis. You could be getting your house or your money in order as well. King of Pentacles connects to finances, particularly material things, so your home as well. Getting things in order and having some great financial advice from somebody in the know. Cancer. Coming to the end of difficult times, Cancerians. Accept what's gone on in the past. Try not to hold on to anything that's detrimental to your future. Understand that a new beginning is emerging. Leos. You might have to have a lot of strength this week, Leos. Be mindful of your tongue. Hold that power. Sometimes less is more. If you're needing to speak out, try and do it with a gentle tongue. Tact and caress is much better for you this week. Virgos. Happy good news, Virgos, particularly around your children, particularly around your family. There's a lot more fun in the energy for you this week, Virgos, so enjoy it. Let your hair down and embrace that inner child. Libra. Big changes coming in around you this week, Libras. Try not to worry about it. There's always a silver lining with the Tower card. You can rebuild things after they've been broken down. Scorpios. You could be juggling things this week. You may be robbing Peter to pay Paul, or you could have some ideas based around your material needs that you've got to weigh up and that you've got to make choices. You're able to do this though, don't worry about it. You can manage things, you can keep your head above water as you make those choices and those changes. Sagittarius, King of Wands. You're in a good, strong position this week, Saggies. Very much of a leader, which you like to be. You could get some good sound advice from somebody that you respect. Excellent news around work commitments. Capricorns. Lots of choices around you this week, particularly emotional ones. Try to do a bit more research. Don't take things at face value. There is more than meets the eye. Aquarius. A blast from the past. You may find that someone from the old comes back in, or a situation from the past comes back in. This brings much healing around you. So be open to it and be open to apologies. And last but not least, Pisces. Knight of Pentacles. Slow progress. You're starting to make headway, even if it feels that you're not. Trust the divine and trust that any progress is still progress. Be practical and make sure you're committed to your endeavours. The energies around you this week. We have the gorgeous love planet Venus squaring off with Saturn, the planet of commitments, today, November the 7th. Venus in Scorpio relates to emotional instincts as it clashes with Saturn. So this week, take time to recognise the urges of your fight, your flight, or your fawn, and then move forward with self-compassion. This month's full moon is extra special. It's an eclipse. The lunar eclipse in Taurus falls tomorrow, Tuesday, November the 8th. Eclipses can unearth shocking revelations. This week has potential for revealing unexpected content as it falls in Uranus, the planet of surprises. Uranus is rebellious, and this can shed light on wingnuts and instability. Also on Tuesday, Mercury, the planet of communication, meets with the Sun and faces off with Uranus, the planet of surprises. Plans and goals are being fulfilled, but with a miraculous twist. Risks are calculated.
So you
Wow.
can tell that we were enthralled there as I sit there.
That was so cool. That was.
That's fantastic. So remember, Virgos, let your hair down, and us fellow Scorpios, let's get juggling. Actually, absolutely right. There's so much going on this week. So absolutely, yes. And I just want to pick up on the fact that we do have the lunar eclipse because, you know, it's very, very important. And I'm going to avoid all of the negative comments from my colleagues about things that I might have tweaked. Because I was more interested in the Venus and Saturn clash. They was worried what I was going to say then, weren't they? Oh, bless you all at home. I'm sure you were worried too. Wow, excellent. Thank you again to the lovely Kate May. Dawn,
we have that every week now.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And she does it all herself. It's all her own cards. It's brilliant.
Wow.
So look forward to next week. So you'll quite often find us now just like this. There's no toilet breaks and refill glasses for us.
No, normally it'd be right.
We're stuck to the screen, just like you.
What were you going to say to me just now, my dearest?
Do you know what?
And then it cut out for me on the internet.
I don't know. It's just, my mind is like everyone at home, mediums, yourself, Dawn, John, Amanda, everyone. Do you not find that being a medium means that you absolutely forget everything?
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh, God.
All the time. I am dreadful.
Yeah.
If it's not written down on the calendar, I will not know.
This is why I have my lists for the show. Every single week I sit here scribbling away. I
don't listen. I do listen, but then I'll go.
Yeah. So friends at home, you've got 30 seconds because we're going to be bringing on Amanda in just 30 seconds. Ask your questions, beautiful people.
As Amanda said, is if it's about your spiritual journey, great. Whatever is bugging you, whatever you want to know, Amanda will do her very best to help you.
Amanda will help you fix your beef. If you've got a beef in life.
Beef in life. Not for the vegetarians of us.
No. In that case, beef.
We don't have beef, we have corn.
Hello.
Amanda back. Hello. Good to see you.
I just sit offline and listen to you guys chatting away and
chatting rubbish.
Yeah. I just want to say congratulations to Tina Lacey. She said she had 2 new grandsons last week. And my daughter and my son, I'm bursting with pride. How lovely.
Oh, I can't see.
Congratulations.
I can't see nothing written.
Wonderful. Yes. Congratulations, Tina Lacey. Wonderful.
So, has anybody got any questions about their spiritual development? Wondering what's been going on, had any strange things happening, want some reassurance? Obviously, I can only answer the questions from my own perspective because everyone's journey is completely different. It's the same but different, as they say in Thailand. Same but different. But I can only answer it from my perspective and my journey. So just want to say that. So just get your questions in. And
I'm going to take advantage of the situation, and whilst people are, of course, whilst people are formulating their own questions, very briefly, your thoughts. I had a dream when I was about 7, and within that dream was a very specifically designed symbol or logo that I was able to remember after the dream and draw down. And ever since, I've been searching, and you know how old I am now. I've never been able to find that symbol anywhere. It does fit over the flower of life rather than the tree of life, the flower of life, and it does fit on there perfectly. But I've never been able to find it. What do you think? Should I bother carry on searching for it? Should I just take it, rest on my laurels, forget about it? What are your thoughts, Amanda?
Well, I don't know if I'm right or not. I mean, I don't know. John might know, but is the everything is the pattern of life? Isn't every shape in there? Isn't that every geometric? Every shape is in the flower of life. I think you can fit any shape.
And so I
I'm
know
sure
there's-
that's right. I don't know if that is or not, but is that right? Is that right, Mr. Richard? Yeah. So it will fit over the flower of life. That's what I was thinking when you were getting it. But I feel like, I don't know. It's just what I feel like. This is probably a personal symbol for you.
Wow. Do you know, and this is the thing, I've never actually considered that.
Have you? Because I've never done Reiki. Dawn, have you ever done Reiki? I've never done
done Reiki.
I haven't done Reiki. What about? I don't know if John.
mentioned it, I would have said that it was a personal symbol as well.
I would, yeah, and I think it's from out.
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah, I don't think you will find it on the earth plane.
I
Wow.
remember I had a friend who was starting his own business, trance medium. Well, not starting his own business, but he was starting his own school. He was a teacher, and Spirit came through, and they did say to him, "There is a symbol for you to put behind that, the name of the business." They came through in trance and said that. So I know symbols are given. Yeah.
Oh, so it's mine. Look, thank you, because I've been so obsessed with it for years.
Why don't you make it? You know, like you were making your
Yeah.
your make it, wear it, have it. It's obviously
For me.
something for you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Sorry, Richard just talking to us. We're just going to read something.
My 2 months.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow.
for God's sake. Oh, Joni, bless
Just
you.
come off the screen, Richard.
Okay, Joni. Joan, I'll read it out
Yeah.
for you. I'll read it out for you, Dawn. And
Yeah.
Joni, bless her, she's saying her 19-month-old got murdered. I'm so sorry to hear that, Joni. Bless your heart. And yeah, I mean, I think people have a misconception that mediums don't go through grief, because we talk to the people that have passed over all the time. But we do, because we're human beings. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, so we're all here to experience that. I gave a reading, God, it must have been a couple of months ago now, where a lady had lost her son, and he came through and he said that he chose that path. I mean, it's so easy, Joni, for me to just sit here and say this and let the words just come out of my mouth. And when you're going through that pain, I mean, I can't imagine what that's like. I lost my mum a couple of years ago, but not to lose a child. But that child came through and said, "I chose this path, Mum." He was very ill, this child. He said, this all came out in evidence, Joni. And the child was. I said to the lady, I said, "Oh, your child was studied. The illness was studied." She said, "Yeah, that's right. He was." Yeah. And he told me. He said, "Tell Mummy that I chose this path because I wanted to be the light to shine for other people and other babies that came through and had this illness, so that I could be of some kind of help. That's why I came. That was my purpose in life."
It's selfless act.
Yeah, that's right. And we all do have that part. You know, we agree what our life's going to be before we come here. I believe that. So this is what this little boy was saying. So I don't know how or the details, Joni, but I don't know if that's any comfort. And that's what us mediums do it for, is so that we can bring your son through. I have a daughter in spirit, and I know that she's grown up now, and you can be rest assured that your son will be growing up by your side, even though you can't physically touch him.
Our thoughts and love are deeply with you.
And in actual, I always have my healing book laid out with me, and I've just written your name, Joni, in it. And you know, just to back up what Amanda said, truly, and everything she said, actually, right down from the very start with grief. But no matter how long or short a life is, it touches us. Absolutely. And it is special.
Yeah.
So
even
I totally agree.
Even just to have that for 15 months, is it 19 months?
19, yeah.
19 months, even just to have that love, that incredible feeling of love, and to know that that life is going to go on and touch hearts in ways that we couldn't on the earth plane possibly even know. We couldn't imagine what that child might be doing.
That's right. There's a beautiful book. I can't remember the. I'll have to try and find it if Richard can post it. But I remember reading paragraphs because I did a talk for mothers who lost their children, and it was a couple of years ago now. And this book described how the children are taken to this, like it's like a castle, and they're met by angels, and they're there with their toys, and they yeah, exactly. So. I hope that answers your question, Janie. Leslie has asked, ever since I've moved house, I have never heard from my fiance in readings. Is she with me? They're all, everyone is, they're just a thought away, Leslie. But like I just said, I lost my mum 2 years ago. And when I first lost her, she was really, I felt her around. She would move things, she'd knock things off the shelf, she'd do things. And then slowly, the contact seemed to me as if it got less and less. It hasn't got less and less. It's just that Spirit don't really want us to become dependent on them. We need to get on with our earthly lives as much as we want them close to us and we want them near us. That's what I believe. I don't know about Dawn and Nick, but I believe that they want us to lead a healthy life here and to grieve in a healthy way, to get through it, to come out the other side, and to know that they've got things to do. It was so strange. I did a live the other day. I was drawing away. I was drawing this gentleman's face, and I was having this exact conversation with the lady that I was reading for, and I said, my mum hasn't been around recently. I wonder why. And the gentleman in spirit said, learning, just like that, learning. And I thought, oh my God. Yes, they are. They've gone away to learn. They might be learning something that they've always wanted to do. Play the piano, play the guitar. You never know. Healing. They might be learning something to help you. I said, I hope Mum's learning to help me be a better medium. You don't know what's over there. She might be a little bit busy, but just reassured that if you light a candle and you ask, they say their name, or you have a thought of them, something reminds you of them, that's them near you. Just because you don't hear their voice or, have a really strong, I think our expectations sometimes can be really high. Yeah. And my mum knocks a picture.
Having presence.
Yeah.
They're not there. We're still expecting to have that strength of power of experience. But then when they're not there in the physical anymore, then we still have that expectation. Yeah. And we have to try and learn to shift our awareness so that we can connect with them on a different level, not using the senses we would have on the earth plane.
Yeah, we humans tend to apply physical principles to a non-physical dimension and existence.
Yeah. You have to think past that. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, it's again, it says the meditating or just sitting quietly, going for a walk, sitting quietly in nature. Whatever it is for you, Leslie, that can quieten your mind down. And, in your dreams, have you seen her in your dreams?
Yeah. When you're just about to fall asleep?
I mean, for you, Leslie, it might have been 18 months since you moved house. But for her, it will have been 5 minutes and she wouldn't even realise. And you know how she is, always bombing about, getting involved in other people's business and forgetting to...
And also, sorry, Nick, I interrupted you there. I was just going to say, there may be things going on for you where she can't connect with you. So you may be going through a stressful situation or you're an important situation, and you need to sort that out. And
not without even realising it.
Yeah. I see signs of the angels, feathers and numbers. What is your take on this? Well,
Pamela Gretorix, good to see you again.
Hello, Pamela. How are you? Well, I'm a big believer in the numbers. 1111 is a big thing for me. Yeah. And the angel feathers. I mean, my friend had to take and put a cat down last Friday. She came out of the vets, and obviously she was upset. And as she was sat on FaceTime with me, this white feather came and landed on her windscreen.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, none of us know exactly what goes on, and if it is, or if it makes us feel better, there's nothing wrong with that, is there, Pamela? You know, so
Absolutely.
yeah.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have to say, people often say, "Oh yes, but it's just a feather coming out of a bird." But I always answer with, "Who arranged for that bird to be there, ready to pull that feather out at that exact moment in time?"
Yeah, exactly. Mm.
We have to look deeper, don't we?
Yeah, sure. Exactly.
Oh,
okay.
Here's a big one from Diane Burston.
I've been a working medium on and off for years, had a break due to health problems, have had lots of opportunities to work again and really want to, but health keeps getting in the way. So frustrating. Reiki gives you a personal symbol for you to increase your energies. That's for you, Nick. There you go.
Oh, thank you, Diane.
That's when I feel like you should really make that and wear it, Nick. Have it, you know, and wear it around your neck.
I've actually got a piece of clay that's shaped and blank ready, so I may well do that.
There we are. Ready to go.
Exactly. Thank you, Diane.
Yes, thank you.
And yeah, grief is love with nowhere to go. I lost a baby who now works with me as a guide. Doris Stokes' poem In a Baby Castle. That's it. Thank you. Yes, Diane. You can find on the internet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Exactly. As I say, I've got a daughter in spirit. She didn't touch the earth. And I had a reading once, and this medium said to me, "Have you ever heard mum before, the word mum?" I said, no. Anyway, I'm sat at the Arthur Findlay College in meditation in the morning, like you do. And I heard, "Mum?" I heard a voice, "Mum?" This medium said, "You will get a drawing of your daughter." I did a 2-day, during lockdown, I did a 2-day workshop with Sandy Ingham online. She's if those of you don't know Sandy Ingham, she's an amazing spiritual artist. Oh my word, she's been all over the world. And she started the Zoom class, and she said, I normally get whoever I'm drawing, it's normally for somebody. Anyway, cut a long story short, I felt a real pull to this girl that she was drawing. She said, "Call me tomorrow." We spoke on Sunday, and she said to me, "You wanted to see your mum's. You had a dream about your mum. You wanted to see your mum before she was cremated, because it was during lockdown and she was in another country, and that wasn't possible." My mum came to me in a dream, and my daughter was telling Sandy this. In the dream, I'd gone into this room, I'd picked up my mum's hand, I'd slipped her rings off, guys. Oh my gosh. And I got to say goodbye to my mum. And Sandy was telling me this happened to me in my dream. And she said, "Your daughter's telling me that you had this dream, that you slipped her, you know." So she's worked with me as a guide, this little one now, Lucy. So it's brilliant, isn't it, Diane? So lovely.
The irony is, if I may just, that is so beautiful, because my sister, who was in the same situation, she calls herself Lucy too.
Oh, really?
And she hangs around my niece and my sister now. I've actually got 7 brothers and sisters in spirit from the same way.
Oh, wow.
And I've met 6 of them.
Wow. Yeah.
Michael works with me. Tommy has a bit of influence, but Lucy's just the family get about. She really is a troublemaker. So thank you, Amanda.
Oh, thank you.
Where you get that from?
I'm going to look that poem up, Diane. Thank you. We'll do that as soon as I get off here.
I may be a bit selfish, but anything to do with Doris Stokes, absolutely spot on. I love the woman.
Anybody ever asks me, can you offer me someone to read a book? I always say, start with Doris Stokes. You're fine.
Definitely.
Amazing lady. Yeah, me too. Me too.
Thank you, Amanda Seal, our resident agony aunt.
I hope that helps.
Well, Auntie Amanda, that was beautiful.
Absolutely. You've certainly helped me, Auntie Amanda.
Amanda. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I shall see you soon. Thank you.
Yes. We
back in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, the lovely Amanda Seal will grace your screens and give us guidance. Well, certainly say you've given me guidance and help, and I'd never considered that. So thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Bless you. Thank you, Dawn.
Keep up your questions. God bless, Amanda.
God bless. Take care, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Enjoy your week, sweetie.
I will, and you.
Wow.
Oh, so lovely. That was awesome.
Love Amanda so much. It's so great. And this is the thing, you know,
Thank you, Richard.
I've always, you know, truly believed that if you just sit down and chat with friends, you will find answers to things that you've been wrestling with for years. And I'm 44 and I had that dream when I was 7. I've been searching and I've written letters to so many people and just literally problem solved. Bing, you know, because we sometimes work ourselves up too much for things. And there is so much love coming in from the comments from everyone.
Kim from Belgium.
Yes. And Tina said thank you to Amanda. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely wonderful. Remember, you've got 2 weeks before you've got the opportunity to ask questions again, so get writing them now. Stick a post-it note on the wall. Stick a post-it note on your desktop.
Absolutely. And I believe, have we got our guests now, the Reverend John?
Oh, yes. We will warn him that his time is. So I feel like my dad having a conversation with John now because they used to chat quite a lot. We are now warning that John's time is coming. I definitely feel like the sense of humour is coming in. Absolutely. So, what are we going to do first, Dawn?
Let's have an ad break.
Oh, that's coming.
Are you planning a paid spiritual event or looking for something to do this weekend? Then visit myspiritualevents.com. You can browse the listing, view the event details, watch a YouTube clip, look at a mini gallery, select dates and times, pay for tickets using PayPal or your debit card. Organizers can register for free and start selling tickets within minutes, be it for their online or in-person spiritual event. As an organizer, you will have access to your own admin dashboard, which will display information such as your income and your bookings, all in a simple and user-friendly display. It's free to use. Join and upgrade to an organizer. Come and visit us at myspiritualevents.com.
Well, we are back. We are back. I would just like to thank producer Richard for putting the live feed up on the screen so that when we did exactly the same as we did last week, we were at least ready. It was wonderful. Thank you, Richard. And it's nice to actually see a double dose. For me, it's a double dose of Dawn.
Yay!
The screen that I could. Oh dear.
I've disappeared. Can you still hear me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm back.
See, the funny thing is, I didn't know that you'd got a heart on your T-shirt because I've got a very thin sliver, so I can actually now see in all of your glory, and I can see your heart shining forth to everyone. So, friends, do not forget my spiritual events. Take a look on the website. Take a look on the website. Don't forget to consider that 37 pence a week VIP. I just had a notification from PayPal this morning that my £5.50 a month had just gone through. So I'm a VIP twice a month now. So I do. Sorry, what was that?
Again, Richard?
Oh, did I? Oh, it's £1.50.
I did consider that when you said it. I thought, I'm sure it's not that much.
I'm losing the will to live, let alone speak. So don't worry about it.
£1.50 a month.
£1.50 a month.
You can't even get yourself a coffee.
It's lovely. It's going to say you can't even get a cup of coffee these days.
You can't.
But you know, when it comes to me losing the will to speak and inability to speak, I know a man who can speak eloquently, beautifully, humorously, and majestically. Unfortunately, we haven't got him this week, so we've got Reverend John Ellis. We have very strange.
I was going to say you weren't talking about me.
Hello, John.
Hello.
Good to see you, my man.
And you, mate.
It's the first time I've ever seen you, so welcome to the show. It's lovely to have you here.
Absolute pleasure. I watched you last week, Dawn.
Oh, lovely. Sorry about that.
So what has been going on in the world of John Ennis?
Well, since I've been playing Werewolf and a Vampire last weekend, I had a lovely evening at Wellingborough Christian Spiritualist Church on Thursday.
Fabulous.
And I then worked with the lovely Cherry Smith yesterday at Harris Street in Peterborough.
Oh, nice.
So you are being a bit of a gadabout, my man.
I am, but it's getting to that time of the year where we're either rushed off our feet, or we've got our hands in our pockets looking after ourselves.
Absolutely. Now I have to just share a comment that you just made briefly, just to give people an idea of the fact that yes, I know I sounded really harsh, but we've got that kind of relationship. I've known John since I came into the movement.
Oh wow.
You know, John was one of the first mediums I ever saw work. We've been batting ideas and conversations for years. We had a Halloween service. So I have my services at Littleport on a Thursday night, and I put on their fancy dress optional. Now, bear in mind, I've known the man for years. We're sitting there getting everything ready. I'm playing with the tech because it's not quite going as it should do. You know, no change there. And all of a sudden, this werewolf in a cardi comes walking in. All the hair, the makeup and everything. And for a split second, I'm like, who has dressed up like a werewolf? And I looked down and there was this cardi, like, it's John. So John actually dressed up and did his messages that night as medium as a werewolf.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it's just that humour for me, John, that really puts the icing on the cake for you, the way you work.
Yeah. Now, the other thing is as well, Dawn, as you can see, I'm a bit short of hair upstairs. and I've been like that.
More room for green. Yeah.
I'm going to say I'll have to borrow some when you go to the hairdressers. But because I had a wig on, nobody knew who I was, and there was 3 other mediums there, and they wouldn't believe it, Nick, would they?
No, they wouldn't.
Oh my gosh.
And it wasn't until I undone my cardigan, because a bit Nick didn't tell you, the reason I had the cardigan on is I'm known for my belt buckles.
Right.
I either have eagles, wolves, or Native Americans. Yeah. So I have to wear a cardigan to hide my belt buckle, otherwise it'd have given the game away.
I see. I've got to say this. What did the wolf wear? Oh. I'm sorry. I've been trying to say it since you mentioned the cardigan. I won't be able to relax otherwise.
I tell you what, your comment's better than what came out of Nick's that night.
I bet. I can only imagine.
Yeah, all I can say about Nick, he's been very generous, but I've actually watched Nick mature over the years, and I've not been there every step of the way, but I've seen every step that he's taken to get to where he is today, and I feel very privileged actually to have been part of that.
Oh,
and it does mean a lot.
That's lovely.
Don't you go all soppy on me, Mr. Nick.
Sorry. It's yeah.
You've got a little something to
yeah. That's why I wear glasses, just in case. But no, thank you. It's been a privilege to have you there, mate. It really has.
Because, I mean, Nick's very generous. He always calls me a reverend. And many years ago, Nick asked me to become a reverend with him.
Right.
Now, I could have done it and said yes. But I'm one of these people, probably a bit like yourself, Dawn. If it doesn't sit right at the time, you've got to say no.
Yes, of course.
And I knew it was for my spiritual progression rather than for ego's sake or anything else. So very politely, I said to Nick, I said, look, I'd love to be a minister, but
Oh, we've lost you there a second.
I heard but, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Margaret Thompson sent lots of lovely purple hearts. Margaret Thompson.
Right.
Thank you.
We lost
but
you.
when I said, when I said to Nick it wasn't the right time, he completely understood it, and a lot of people don't.
No.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely true. Yes, completely. And you were absolutely right in your decision at the time, for various reasons, and you are now ordained by another organisation, which is a wonderful group. I know many people who are part of that, and you certainly found your yin in life. And if there was anyone more deserving, it was you, mate. Really, really was. And it was because you said no, the time is not right, that just proved that to me.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Because everything's got to be done in your own time.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's for anything, not just for being a minister. Everybody and if you're watching the show and you're conflicted about something, Spirit are just telling me to say this, sorry. If you're conflicted about something, if it doesn't set right, forget the brain. If it doesn't set right in the heart, then don't go there.
Yeah.
If everybody else is going, you've got to do this is the right, you're supposed to be doing this. If it doesn't sit right in your heart, then it's wrong.
Yeah. And I picked up on something.
As the saying goes, to all things there's a time.
Yes.
Yeah, I picked up on something on one of the questions that Amanda was having to answer.
Right.
And it reminded me of something years ago when, a lady and a gentleman, it was in a matter of about 2 or 3 weeks, they both said, I'd love to be a medium, but I can't. And I said, why? And they went, because you're always ill. And I said, no. I says, we're not always ill. I says, we have to experience illness. We have to experience passings. And we have to experience turmoil. And they went, why? I said, because otherwise we can't deliver the messages the way the spirit world wants us to deliver it.
Exactly, 100%.
So I said, we've not all got bad hearts. We've not all got bad legs. We've not all got bad circulation. I says it's lessons we have to learn.
Yeah.
And
it is a very hard, painful road, isn't it? When you go, right, I'm now devoting myself, this is the path I want to go. And once you make that decision, you have to be prepared that you are going to go through some really challenging, painful things.
Yeah.
So that you can be able to, like John is saying, so you can deliver those messages with the kind of clout, the kind of genuine feeling that they warrant, because it is your responsibility as a medium to give that kind of clarity from the spirit world that they deserve, and that your recipient deserves.
Because the other thing as well is, I know Nick does it. Spirit are telling me that you do it as well, Dawn. So I'm taking their word for it.
What is it?
What they're saying is, we always question ourselves.
Yeah.
And about every 18 months, 2 years, and Nick's seen me go through it, I literally say, I'm hanging my ties up.
Yes.
Not doing it again.
Yep.
And I went to see a medium that I'd never, ever seen before.
Right.
And he kept looking, and in the end he went, I'm coming to you, but tell me when there's 10 minutes left. And he carried on with his messages. And then he came back when the chairperson said 10 minutes. He came to me and he said, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're from. He says, but you've got a connection to spirit. He says, and you are going to pack in. Yeah. He says, because you think you're saying the same thing to everybody. And I went, if you say so. Yeah. He says, no, I don't say so. He says, spirit say so. He says, but there was one thing you're forgetting. I went, what? He says, you've had cancer and you've had 2 strokes. I went, yeah. He says, so that's why you get all the people that had cancer and all the people that's had heart attacks.
Exactly.
He says, no, you're not repeating yourself. He says it's just the conditions are repeating themselves.
Absolutely.
The messages you're given are completely different. And I tell you what, that was the biggest kick up the backside I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
sometimes we all need it.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Stacey Edens definitely agrees with you. She said, beautifully said. And Debbie Shard also made the comment about wishing she had the gift. Now, I know we all on this screen right now share this. You do. It's just about finding someone who will watch you through your waypoints, nurture you along the road, give you that guidance and that kick up the backside. We are not special. We have just had experiences,
isn't it? People think, oh, special now, and you're really, really not. I believe that fundamentally we all, because we're all spirits in a human form. I say this every damn day. We're all spirit in human form, living on the earth plane, just trying to get along. But we are spirits, okay? So we have to be able to communicate on a spiritual level. So we all fundamentally have the natural ability to do that.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not everybody has it to a larger or more finite degree than the next person. But that's all. That's the only difference. And you just need to hone it. If you want to do it, you hone it. It's not for everybody.
No.
You know? But we all have, I believe, the ability to some extent, greater or the lesser, to communicate from one spirit to another. There's nothing.
Yeah. And in actual fact, Pamela Gretorix has just said, you do have to give it 100%. With family commitments, I found I had to step away. Doesn't mean I don't still work with spirit. I just work in a different way. Absolutely. There are so many. I had a conversation with someone last week who was, oh, I'll never be a medium. I'll never do this. I said, look, you give healing. You do your crystals. You give healing out. You sit and listen to people. And John will know from the amount of services that I've chaired from him. The one thing that I always repeat myself in, and I mean it, is that healing is the first form of mediumship, and it is the most important because it's the glue from which all of it flows. Everything we do is about healing ourselves and each other. And so to be a healer is a truly remarkable mediumistic gift and a wonderful one, and should never be knocked or considered negating, You will get information. You just don't recognize that's the information you're getting yet. But if you find someone to guide you on your path, they will help you recognize that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And it does take a while. But when you find that right person, you'll know straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll just gel and everything starts to, it's like a quickening, isn't it?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're like, right.
I mean, I've had this conversation with Nick many a time, and it can be quite a debatable thing. I just want to take you up on it, Dawn, now. I'm going to chuck you into the mix.
All right, okay.
I know what's coming.
I wasn't born into spiritualism. I found spiritualism. Now, who has the better lifestyle? People that are born into spiritualism or people that find spiritualism?
Easy answer.
It can be easy, it can be hard, but it's a never-ending question.
Right. I would 100% say the person who found it.
Yeah, exactly.
My children are born into it, obviously, for obvious reasons. I've taught them from the day that they were born all that I can possibly explain to them within their ability to comprehend. But it is up to them. It's up to them to find it. If they eventually say to me, I don't want to do anything to do with spiritualism, Mum, I think it's all a load of rubbish, it's not for me, that's absolutely fine. They will find their own path, and that will give them the joy they need. The people who are born into it, you don't have your own opportunity. It's not your path. But if you find that path yourself, you go through all it takes to get on that path, that's your life, your joy. So without question, the person that has to find it themselves, without question.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a good question. We've had many discussion, haven't we, Nico?
We have. I mean, the people always worry when me and John gravitate towards each other because they know they're not going to get a word in edgeways and that we're going to be talking for hours. And I love it. It's just one.
You're in love with something.
Exactly.
I was trying to. My brother was asking me yesterday because he's not spiritual. He was asking me about. He's interested, and I said, "How can I explain it? Other than to say to you, it's how I breathe."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's my breath. That's what spiritualism is for me. It's my breath. It's not a belief I have. It's not something that I have to learn about. It's how I breathe.
Yeah.
That's all I could say to him, you know.
Yeah.
And then he went, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, and the easiest way of putting it, what I always say, people say to me, "But it's a funny religion," and I said, "No, it's not a religion." They go, "What?" I said, "It's not a religion. It's a way of life."
Yeah. Yeah.
Because.
Yeah.
Richard's talking to us. Let's see what Richard says. Recognise what Richard is rightly saying. On paper, not in our hearts, but on paper, it is a recognised religion.
Yeah.
It is a philosophy and a science.
Yeah.
And I would just like to chip in briefly and add, because John will know my views on that, and which is why he doesn't mind saying his view, even though we are slightly different. A religion is just a group of people coming together in common cause, practicing certain things together. But people do have a problem with that word religion. But yes, there's quite a few. That will go on for hours and hours and hours, and we don't have that. So, Richard.
And the best part about it is Nick's a minister, I'm a minister, and Dawn's going to be a minister. And we've all got different opinions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
None of us are right and none of us are wrong. We're individuals.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Right, Richard is just saying we're going to have some new adverts because the other ones were slightly misleading. We're going to have some new adverts, so we're going to go to another ad break.
And then after that, we're having someone else on the screen with us. So roll the tea.
On Tuesday afternoon from 1 p.m, Wendy Lindsay offers free spiritual readings and guidance using her crystal ball. Join us tomorrow night from 8 p.m. for a demonstration of psychic art. Angela Mitchell joins us to demonstrate her mediumship.
And there we go. There it is.
We're going to have some new adverts.
Excellent. Well, that's the proper advert. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Now we are currently waiting and hoping and praying quite profusely.
Wendy Lindsay offers
I can still hear adverts.
We are currently working on the techie side. Well, I say we. Me and Dawn are just sitting here.
I'm sat here.
And we just sat and chatting. Richard is beavering away in the background like nobody's business, getting ready for our reading. This show is all about trying new ideas and experimenting. And one of them is bringing you guys on for a reading.
Absolutely.
But as with everything else, we have to try things out first and see if it's going to work. And as John was actually saying, everything in life is about experience and experiment.
Absolutely. I've had somebody with me for a while now. Oh, we've got music.
Oh, John. Hello, John.
I've got no headphones.
Hello, Christine.
Hold on.
So whilst we're working out the techie side of it,
Yes.
just a quick
Go ahead.
blowback actually to what I thought was a wonderful phrase from Diane Burston. Grief is love with nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the sad irony is that it's not true, but it's that physical barrier.
Absolutely.
Because we can send that love, but we do, and once again, it's all about perception. We feel locked in. We don't feel that we can put it anywhere. So it's absolutely the right thing to say. But the way of dealing with it, perhaps, just a thought, is to recognise and be able to eventually recognise that we still can have that love without it hurting us. So thank you to Diane Burston for a wonderful comment.
In thought form, in thought form instead. You have to be able to send your thoughts in your own peace and time, not desperately in agony. You know, 'cause let's be honest, it doesn't lost anybody. There's nothing like it, is there, Nick?
Absolutely.
It locks your brain, it locks your heart, it locks your brain. So you can't rationalize, you can't be at peace to be able to connect with that person.
Yeah.
It's too raw, too painful. And spirit don't want us to be upset either. They can see that we're in pain. But they also have the understanding that what we're feeling is not really real. It's a loss of the physical. It's not actually a loss of them because they are not lost.
Yeah.
They are very much still alive. There is no death.
Yeah. And you know, to absolutely back that up and tie it in with something John said earlier, when he was commenting on one of Amanda's links. We feel grief, we feel loss, we still struggle, and there are certain things that I've experienced. It impacts your routines and the things that you would normally do, and John will know this. My dad's been gone upstairs for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in January, and he was a real core in our church. He never actually sat during the services. He was always in the kitchen folding up raffle tickets and making tea and doing whatever. Sometimes he would annoy me and get his Dremel out and fix something in the village hall kitchen. So it'd be good evening, friends. And he would also keep the mediums talking forever and a day. Before and after the service. You know, John knows exactly how to get home, but Dad would be telling him how to get home. Have you tried this way? Have you tried that way? But the wonderful thing about Dad is that we had this phrase between us, and I would always end the service with, "The kitchen is now open. Good night and God bless." And he would lift the shutter up and he'd be poking his eyes out from behind there. It's only in the last 2 weeks that I've actually been able to start saying that again.
Nick.
Because it impacts your routine. The other person should be there to do it. It doesn't matter the fact that he's been orchestrating the whole direction of the church for the last 2 years. You know, he's not behind that shutter. And, you know, not physically anyway. No, because he's standing on the blooming platform most of the time now. He's blooming there all the time. I tell you, he's more involved in the services now than ever. But that's the point. You know, we all have to go through that. We all have to experience that. But we do, as mediums, still miss it.
Absolutely. And now we have Christine Jobson. Hello, Christine.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hearts, you're going your way. Right, I've gone very cold. All of a sudden, it's freezing. Now,
so Christine is a VIP. very, very astute person. So Christine is a VIP, and so she's been invited to come on with us to receive a reading. If you wish to be seen on screen, oh, that even rhymes. Join VIP. It's 37p a week, and it's a beautiful thing. So
my guide, I'm sorry, Nick. My guide just says that I am an RIP.
Really important person. Yes, I can. I've noticed the naughtiness of your guide for the last few weeks. It's wonderful. I love it. This is why we all get on so well.
I know. Okay, Christine. Seeing as we're right near the end of the show, Richard, what would you like us to do? Would you like us to have be together or separate? I think.
Yes.
We've only got very short time.
So we will be picking on someone else at home watching. So don't think you're getting out of it that easily, my friends. We will be zoning. But for now, let's see what Spirit has for the lovely Christine. And it's nice to actually see you in the flesh, so to speak.
Thank you.
Christine, I have dogs. I have dogs for you, Christine. Can you hear me all right, my darling?
Yes, I can take the dogs.
Yeah, they've been with me since Amanda came on, since before she came on, really. And I have the need to rock back and forth as well, which I haven't done for a long time. So I know that I feel like I have a lady with me, and she is constantly rocking back and forth, and there's a lot of tears. This lady's very close. Okay, would you understand the lady?
Yes,
you would.
I understand the lady.
Thank you. She's very into time. She's telling me that she's very much. I can't stop rocking yet, so I still need to keep on. She. Oh goodness me! Calm down, sweetheart. She's very eager to get through. She says, very eager, and she's talking about time, and she keeps tapping her hand. Oh goodness me! She's very animated, you know. Yeah. And I'm trying to get her to slow down, to calm down. And she would talk 19 to the dozen.
Yes.
Which, if you understand that, that's what she's doing now. I'm just trying to get back to the dogs because she said, park me there. She must have had a really good sense of humour because she's just said, oh, park me there because I wanted to talk about the dogs. So I know she had a very good sense of humour, bless her soul. Right. With the dogs, I've got one dog in particular, very tall dog. Okay, you're getting that as well, Nick.
I don't know about the size, but the one particular, I keep feeling as though it's trying to jump on my back and tapping its paw on my back or my shoulder. Like, for instance, if you were in a car and it was in the back and it was trying to get in the front with you, and it feels like this dog was forever trying to tap on your back. As energetic as Mother, actually.
What have you got in the back of your car or something that for the dogs to sit on, to lay on? You've got a specific thing for them to be on?
My dogs are no longer with me.
Yes.
And I didn't drive and I had them. It could have been somebody else's car.
Okay, because what the car, I can see there is something specific that the dog lays on in the car.
If they went in my brother's car or my stepbrother's car, they had a blanket.
Specific blanket. Thank you. Lovely.
Yeah. You've still got that blanket somewhere, haven't you?
I have, yes, upstairs.
Yeah. And that's what they was. Yeah.
Yeah. There should also be a grey blanket. It's like a deep grey colour.
Yes, that's up in the loft. I'll tell you in a minute why.
Okay. Lovely. The dogs are talking to me away. And they don't say woof woof, by the way. They talk to me in my brain the same way humans do.
I know who you got.
Okay, lovely. Who's Winston? Oh,
I don't know Winston. You know, unless it's a family dog that I don't know.
This is a dog called Winston.
No, it's not one of mine.
Okay, that's very, very. It just came through. Winston. Okay. Right. Why would I be getting the connection of Rudyard Kipling all of a sudden? Right, that's to do with pirates and stuff, isn't it? I'm not good on my.
Among other things, yeah.
Right. Okay.
He was.
I've read some of his books when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Nick. I'm going to hand over to you while I
Yeah. Mum's like, are you ready for me yet? Because I could hear her rattling around in the background. It's like
I knew you had my mum.
All these dogs.
I parked her while I was doing the dogs.
I can't say exactly what she mentioned to me about where she was parking and what she was parking, because I do feel that she was not always the most appropriate in public. So I think Dawn did exceptionally well to edit and censor that one. And I don't know what it is about me. I always get the naughty ones, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have linked in with this lady, because she really did. Oh, she was clever too. She really did brighten your day with some of the words
goodness me,
would come out with. Yes, I did. And this is the thing. She was very good with wordplay.
Yeah.
Oh, please no, and do not tell me that what I'm getting is true. Nursery rhymes, but not for the nursery.
Oh.
Yes.
We're not talking the traditional tongue twister.
I can hear something. I can hear a naughty nut, but I can't. I'm trying to pick it. She's giving it. It's not her fault. It's me. I'm not hearing it.
And this is why you got Rudyard Kipling and about the pirates and everything, because there's a particular boy standing on a deck that's burning.
Yes.
So I'm not going into that, because my nan told me quite a few that really are not for air, and I think Richard would never allow me back on his screens again. But she is so wonderfully uplifting, and yet in spite of that, all through that, she really, really was quite poorly, and I do feel that she used that humour to bat it off.
Yeah.
And so she would tell a naughty thing to, because you're feeling it in your chest, aren't you, Dawn? That reflux, that makes. And when you noticed that she was reacting to it, instantly she'd become suddenly massively
I'm fine.
Yeah. And distract you with those jokes and those rhymes.
She said I didn't want to be oh, God bless your soul.
Yeah.
She says I didn't want to be a burden.
That's her all over.
Yeah.
When you were saying about time, Dawn, you didn't have time to say goodbye to us.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
I didn't need to, though, because you still notice me, and in actual fact there's so much of her around you, physically and spiritually. And quite often she will whisper one of those rhymes in your ears and you'll get off giggling, and people in actual fact, within the last week, you've got off giggling because of something you've picked up from her, and people have said, what's so funny? Because they haven't got the joke, they haven't been in on it.
No, I don't know when she's here.
She says her big words are to me, which I can't stop. I can't get it out of my head till I've said it. Please remember me as I was.
I will, Mum. And she knows I do. I tell her every day when she's with me.
Bless you.
It's like I went to do just one and she made me do this.
Yeah, she used to do that.
And I've got a wave with both hands, but from the fingers. From the fingers, the hands have to stay still, and I just and she's got that sense of humour as well, because she goes, it also doubles as jazz hands.
I was worried about my hair. She's saying I was worried about my hair. I wanted it to look right. I wanted it to look nice, and it became quite I would feel inside. I wouldn't say about it, but I would feel quite disappointed. Is her
when
word.
she was in hospital, she kept saying to me, my hair needs doing, my hair needs colouring, and I said to her, when you come out, Mum, we'll do it.
I'll do it for you. Yeah.
But you didn't get it done, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you, Christine. All I can give you is that she is such a happy, joyful lady, and her ultimate thing is that you remember her just as she was and know that she is around you. Her sense of humor, you feel her sense of humor, you feel her heart. I was going to say you feel her love, but she's changed my words. So you feel my heart, she says.
Yeah.
Just as a parting gesture from me, I always ask for a parting gift, and she gave me a penny to give to you, and she says, "There you go, pennies from heaven."
Oh,
that is strange, because I come down one morning and I had literally had pennies stacked up on my floor.
Oh my gosh!
It was her then. She said,
Yeah,
"There's more than one about."
Yeah, I know when she's around, because I go cold down my right hand side.
I was freezing cold when as soon as you come on the screen.
She always seems to make people cold. Yeah.
Well, she did a good job of that.
Thank you both. It's lovely. I needed that today.
Bless you. Thank you. You've got something coming up, haven't you, as well? Some remembrance, memory celebration.
We just had my dad's anniversary of his death on the 4th.
Right.
Yeah,
okay,
that was 22 years.
Wow.
And it's my mum's birthday coming up on the 21st.
Okay, my darling. Well, God bless you for both of those memories. Well, they're not memories, they are real. These people still are very, very much with you.
Oh, I know.
Bless you.
Please take their love, darling, and know that
very much.
we can't communicate them with them if they're not around.
No, that's true. I've got to think of them, they're there.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. It's
Bless
a joy
you.
for us.
Welcome.
All right then, bye.
Nice to see you, Christine. Safe journeys. Mwah. Wow, it really does make the flow so much more there when they can, and it makes it a lot quicker as well, because people can see the responses.
Totally. We need to do this again, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's lovely doing this for the VIPs.
Weekly VIP reading. Get them up here.
Yeah. If you're not there already, get yourself a VIP.
Absolutely. You get to meet wonderful mediums on Friday nights, like John Ennis, because it was a VIP gig that you came on and did to meet the lovely family of SPtv, didn't you?
Yeah, it certainly was, and it was on your recommendation, Nick. So thank you very much for that.
I speak as I find, just like you, mate. You know.
Right.
Is Leslie still there? Right. Because very, very briefly, I had to write down one sentence earlier on, just literally to give to Leslie. Your fiance was very selective about people, liked who she liked, didn't like who she didn't like. So what you need to remember is, you know me, I was so busy all the time. To be honest with you, I don't like the decorations of the new house, but that's not the reason I'm not around. It's just because I'm literally so busy. And just remember that there are certain people that I didn't like in the world, and that's why I don't come through them. So expand your range of mediums, dear. And that was what I got. It wasn't specifically from her, it was through my guide from her. But I just wanted to throw that out for Leslie. If you're still watching and listening, that's for you. So God bless you, and I hope that helps, and perhaps actually explains a little bit as to why she's not been through.
Yeah, and it's a very good point to make, actually, Nick. You may, if you go to see a medium, it might not be that the spirit isn't coming through. It could be you just got the wrong medium.
Yeah.
And a good medium will say to you, look, I'm really sorry.
Can't get nothing.
But I can give you represent you for another medium that you might get another day. Don't give up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very true.
Let's have a look and see who's about. Well done, Kelly.
Hey! I'm going to give you my love. I've got two actually. I've got that one and that one as well. That's the love coming your way, Kelly. Everybody else is VIP. You done, Tim?
Oh, are you drawn to Faye?
Pull. Yes, I am. That's a very strong pull.
Yeah, and that wow, there was just this irony with that wow, as to say, well, if you think that's wow, I don't even know what the wow was about, but if you think that's wow, you should see the life Faye lives. Oh, bless you, thank you. I've just been told it was about the evidence, but no, seriously, your life and your name was a wow pact, and the first thing that I literally got when I saw your name is her. If only you knew what had been going on with Faye, you would say wow too. So I know that there has been a lot going on with you. And in actual fact, you get signs and symbols and evidence all the time, but you brush it off. But if you actually were to look at it as though you were somebody else looking at your life, you would say wow to you. You massively undersell yourself, Faye.
Oh. Faye, you still there, my darling? Let us know if you're still there. I have a gentleman coming through, and I feel it feels very close. So I'm going to go out on a limb. I'll say I've got Dad with me. I don't like killing people off. No. It's not, but I feel very close in relationships, so I feel I am Dad. Let us know if you're still there. You are here. Thank you, Faye. Thank you. Would you understand Dad in spirit? I feel she says I am. Yes. She is here. Great. The connection I have with your dad, I feel I'm a very funny gentleman, the sort of person that would put you on his shoulders and carry you around just like jokingly. Very much a sort of hands-on dad that liked to muck in, have fun with his family. Very family orientated gentleman. And there's some joke or some memory about a tartan cap, some kind of cap, you know, like the flat cap. There's some kind of memory there. Well, I'm not getting anything else on the screen yet. It's on the screen. No, Dad's
uncle was very close, so as a father figure. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. In that case, would you understand with your uncle then that he was so close to the point that he would be the one carrying you on his shoulders. He had a really lovely family orientated feel about him. Okay. I'm trying to come back to the cap as well. There must be some kind of memory, some kind of joke or something to do with the flat cap. Okay, because I can see it. I'm very hot. I've got sickness in my stomach, so I feel very hot and sort of sicky with this gentleman as he comes close to me. Was it, oh my God, yes, I missed that. Oh my God, yes, that's my uncle. Thank you. Bless you.
And there would also be a St. Christopher as well. There's something to do with the St. Christopher, because when you was talking about he wore the hat by the looks of it as well. Well done. When you was talking about carrying on the shoulders, it was almost like he was mucking around, showing him and Faye, and you know, getting Faye to do the thing. And it was that St. Christopher. So that there's that St. Christopher connection as well. I just want to throw that in.
My hands hurt. My hands hurt. I feel. I don't know if there was some, it just made me do that, like it was some kind of boxing or some kind of relation there. But I know my hands are pain. I know my hands are sore. But I feel like I could box. I feel like I was doing boxing. And that's very unusual for me. I don't think it's been a long time since I've had someone who's been a boxer come through. But there is definitely that connection there. Let us know if you understand that, because I feel myself doing that. I'm not seeing boxing gloves, but I'm getting that, whether he's done it exercise or what or it could have even been him doing that. You know, you do with kids.
Yeah, mucking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
John, are you getting something in here as well? Because I saw you nodding.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting a gentleman, but more importantly, I've got a lady who comes in who's just making me very aware. Well, as she comes in, she's a doctor, she's a nurse, she's a teacher, she's a psychiatrist, she's the baker, the butcher, and the candlestick maker. And she does everything, but she said she had to stand on her own 2 feet. She says because the men were always away. So that'd be working and everything else. But what this lady's making me very aware of is she says people have got to stop blaming themselves because she passed away very quickly and very unexpectedly. And not everybody could get there. And she's saying, you all got to say your she's saying you've all got to say your goodbyes in your own personal ways. And that's more important, she said, than just being there. Also, she's got a lovely smile on her face because she's saying, I didn't want people to see me anyway, because I didn't want people to remember me that way. She says, I wanted people to remember me with a smile on my face, laughing and joking, and not understanding what the youngsters are talking about all the time. She says, and as for them television programs, she says, I just can't be doing with it at all. Music wise,
my sister didn't get to be there.
Yeah, and she's just saying, she says, I don't know what how the youngsters' hearing survives. She says, all that boom, boom, boom muck. She's going a little bit of Al Doonigan, a little bit of Shirley Bassey, and some Shirley Temple. She says, in a good old black and white film, she says, you can't beat it.
Yeah. God bless.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's lovely. Thank you, John.
That's all right.
Right, okay, let's close that, round up that message now, guys. For Faye. Faye, I've just seen dog treats. I'm getting dogs today.
You are canine centric today.
I am. I can see dog treats and they're on the floor. So I don't know if you understand. She said, I really appreciate that message, by the way. But yeah, I see dog treats on the floor, so I have to give you dog treats. Okay? I'm not giving you a dog, I'm just giving you dog treats. Thank you so much for everyone who has joined us today. We've had a packed old show, haven't we?
It has been hectically wonderful. A big thank you, of course, to Amanda Seal. We'll have her back in 2 weeks' time. A lovely Kate May with her tarot scope will be back next week. Yes. Thank you for Christine for coming on, and of course my good friend John. Thank you so much. Pleasure to see you.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you, John. Let us know what you think of the show like this. It's kind of a magazine show.
Layout.
So here, feature there. Let us know what you think of the layout. Okay, and don't forget. Once a fortnight, we are going to be having Amanda Seal back. So get your questions prepared.
Absolutely. And as ever, Dawn, an absolute pleasure working with you.
You too, my darling.
It's been a pleasure. And of course, we must say to that voice in the distance who's really had his work cut out for him this week.
Yes,
that voice in our ear, Richard, thank you so much for keeping us on track. And thank you all at home for joining us, whether you are watching live or in the past or in the future or however that one would work. I don't know. But, you know, thank you all for joining us. And once again, thank you for all of our guests who've come on. And it's been a real pleasure working with you, Dawn. As ever, and I cannot wait to finally meet you in the flesh.
I know, it won't be long now. And as we always say, please keep it
SPtv. God bless.
Bye-bye for now.